Hello there, Latin one. We are now on chapter 2, Summer Afternoon. So if you take a look, it's on page 7 in your book, and there is a lot to go over here. So I'm going to go over the vocabulary with you first, then I'm going to do a video on the grammar. There might be 2 of those videos because there's a lot to unpack there. Then we will go over some of the assignments, and then finally we will do the reading out loud and the translating out loud. So here we go. The first word that you see there is quoque. Everybody say quoque. And quoque means also. And this is why when we got to etiam, I said etiam can mean even, because quoque is usually the one that means also. Sunt, everybody say sunt. Sunt, not sunt, sunt. Okay. Sunt means they are. Okay, don't just say it means are. It means they are, very specifically, okay? So this is the plural of est. He or she or it is. Sunt means they are. Now, if you know Spanish, you're starting to see es and son, right? Let's see, the next word is amici. Everybody say amici. Amici. Not amique, but amici, okay? Amici means friends. Okay, and this is where we get in English amicable. Okay, also in Spanish you get amigo from that, or amiga. The next word we get is hodie. Everybody say hodie, not hodai, hodie. Okay, every single letter gets its own pronunciation. So hodie, and hodie means today. In Spanish you've got hoy. In English, today, and you can kind of see how there's still something that's bleeding over there. The next word is said. Everybody say said. Said. Said means but. It means like, I would like some ice cream, but I probably had not enough dinner to warrant that. It doesn't mean the thing that you're sitting on. Okay, so said. The next words are in agris. In agris. Now we saw, I think in the last chapter, in means in. Agris here means fields. Agris, fields. Okay, so this is in the fields. This is where we get agriculture, agricultural, and all kinds of words having to do with that. Okay, the next word is ambulant. Ambulant. Okay, this is plural. This means they walk, or they are walking, or they do walk. Ambulant. Okay, this is where we get ambulance, ambulatory, ambulate, perambulate, things like that. Shamble. So ambulant means they work. And you'll start to see that we are dealing with plurals and singulars. Brevi tempore. Brevi tempore. Now, brevi means short. Okay, and tempore means time. And you put these together, it means in a short time. Brevi is where we get words like brevity or brief. Tempore is where we get the word temporal. Some students think that cooking things in tempura sauce doesn't take much time. I say go with it. The next word that you see is defesa. Defesa. Okay, this means tired. Now, defesa is singular. We're talking about one girl who is tired. Okay. Next words, non yam. Non yam. And you might remember that yam can mean now. So non yam means not now. In other words, no longer. Okay. Non yam, which means that non is what we call a negating word. So anytime you see the word non, you know that it's a negating word. Okay. The next word that we see is strenua. Strenua, and notice we're on line 4. Remember what I told you about the line numbers, it helps. Strenua, not strenua, strenua. Okay? Strenua means energetic or active. It's where we get the word strength, strenuous, things like that. The next word is kurit. 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 Kurit means he or she or it is running. He or she or it does run. He or she or it runs. It's where we get currency, current, things like that. Okay. The next word is tandem. tandem. And what I always took this as is at last they are a couple. Tandem. And I can thank Etta James for that. The next words are ex agris. So in means in the fields. Ex means out of the fields or from the fields. I think you should probably use out of. It works better. But ex agris means out of the field. So in is where we get intuition or interpret and all kinds of words like that. Actually, probably not interpret. That's a different one. But, initiative, things like that. Ex is where we get words like exit. Okay, exsanguinate, things like that. The next words, this is kind of fun. Ad vilam rusticam. Ad vilam rusticam. So let's break it down. So vilam rusticam looks very similar to villa rustica, and that's because it is. The difference is it ends with an M. Doesn't actually change the meaning of the word, but it does change what it's doing in the sentence, and we'll get to it later. Ad means toward. So anytime you see odd, the words are probably going to end with an M. Toward or to, okay, odd. This is where we get words like adjacent or addition or things like that, okay? So ad vilam rusticam means toward the country house and farm. The next word is lente. Lente. I always took this as I cook lentils and it takes them a long time to cook. They cook very slowly. Okay, so lente. And at the bottom, quid, as we saw before, quid means what? And then faciunt. So we had facit, which is singular, and now we have faciunt, which is plural. So quid faciunt, what are they doing? Now I want you to turn the page actually to page 9 because there are two more words at the bottom right there. The first one is eius. Eius. Say eius. I want you to cross out the word her. I want you to write in the word of her. Okay, it will make sense later, but right now, of her. Don't just say her, say of her. And then the last one is saipe. Say saipe. Saipe. And saipe means often. Okay? So often when I'm presented with a bill, I often sigh and then pay. All right, so that is all the vocabulary for this section. In the next video, we're going to start talking about some of the grammar. All right, I'm going to hit the button.